Big City Greens. Spin off. This episode is about big tech revealing AI-generated content and having TV shows based off of people in big city. Okay, well, this episode I would say was pretty damn good, I'd say. Mostly, though, it was just mostly side characters, mostly. We did get Vasquez and the Remy thing, which was kind of funny. But we also got, random other characters who weren't really that special or that interesting. Pretty much a lot of these, were just kind of there was some good parts to these. There were some good parts, like the Andromeda show was pretty funny. It was like a Scooby-Doo reference. It was kind of funny. Even the part whenever they're unmasking everybody and the Scooby-Doo stand-ins like Andromeda. And then they're saying oh, there can't be two Andromedas, who is it? And it's just some fucking symphony. The only real complaint I had, which doesn't really age well in accordance to what happens in the episode, is the fact that we didn't really get to see a cricket thing or any of the other characters. We saw Gloria, which was kind of cool. We saw Gloria, and I would have had that complaint until possibly one of the best fourth wall breaking jokes happens in this fucking episode. Whenever everyone's complaining about, boo, this sucks, we need entertainment, we need more quality stuff, they begin to describe, what is it, standalone episodes, episodic kind of episodes, serialized storylines that continue throughout an entire season. We need things that we expect, and then sometimes we can do things that are kind of weird. I wonder what show that might be a reference to. I wonder what show that might be a reference to. And sure enough, they fucking play the fucking Big Sea Greens theme. What the fuck? But it gets better. The Green family is inside the thing, and Cricket's like, what the hell is this? Okay, I'm just saying, if that part wasn't there, this episode probably would have been average. That part saved this episode single-handedly. I'm like, okay, I understand why they didn't have Cricket now. That's hilarious. That is fucking amazing. Just for that joke to exist, I'm okay with it. Just for that joke to exist, I'm okay with it. God, that was funny. That literally made me dude, I cried. I actually cried. I even offhandedly said, it was like I was doing a Tot Sins video. I even offhandedly said, oh, it's Big City Greens. Yeah, that's exactly what they're talking about. It's Big City Greens. Only for them to literally do the joke. Damn, I should write for this. What the fuck? It's one of those things where I expected it, but I didn't expect it at the same time. Oh, there's no way. That'd be too predictable. There's no way they do that, and they actually do. God, it's literally the theme. It's literally the theme. I thought, Disney Now glitched and, popped me back in the beginning for a second. I was like, oh my god! I fucking cried. It was so good. It was great. This episode's good. This entire episode was saved by one joke. How the fuck did that happen? That joke I will probably remember more than this episode. Genuinely. I cannot believe it, but yeah, one joke saved this. If this episode would have ended any other way, I don't think I would have liked it as much. But with that, with one joke at the very end of this episode, with an episode that already was kind of okay, was already kind of fine, I can definitely forgive it for sure. Alright, on to the next one, which is Broken Karted. This episode is about Tilly being overpositive when Lupedia enters a race with her own cart to prove that it can work or something. This episode's fine. I liked it mostly. It was good. It was fine, but it was just mostly because I was just making a bunch of NASCAR and F1 references the entire entire time. It was enjoyable, definitely, but it wasn't like a standout episode. It's fine on its own though. It's completely fine on its own. I feel like we've seen this plot before. Sometimes in this show, it's just we've seen this plot before. I feel. Just this time, it's about, how Hector doesn't think Lupita's cart is, or Lupita, whatever her name is. I finally know their names. I think this might be the first episode we know their names. I will say that's a positive, I guess, is the fact that we see these characters, which is cool. Hector was from last season. We haven't seen him since, last season. And Lupita, we haven't seen for a while either. Obviously, Nick Scouts, she was in Nick Scouts, but that was the first time in probably about a season that we really saw her, really. Honestly, I kind of wish that this episode took a more interesting approach. I know that, at the very beginning, Hector and, Cricket go off. I was thinking that there was going to be a side story with him and Cricket. But no, it just kind of was just Cricket was just kind of there as the voice of reason. They make a joke about that. They were like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to be the voice of reason for once. To basically just tell Tilly that she's insane and she really just needs to be honest and tell Lupita that this card's a death trap. I think it would have been kind of funny if Hector and Cricket teamed up to try and beat Lupita. I think that would have been kind of funny. It would have made this episode a little bit more interesting, in my opinion. It would have made this episode a little bit more interesting. Instead of Cricket just kind of being there just to kind of shoehorn in the moral for Tilly. Because really, that's all he does in this episode. There's no hijinks. There's no, craziness. It's just him being the voice of reason, basically being Tilly in this episode. I think that might be the reason why I don't like it as much, because it's just it's a good episode itself, and I think the way it's done is fine enough, just because the plot of the episode and the setting and all this other stuff is interesting enough. But I don't know, man, this could have been really, really good. I will say we did see a Cricket inside of a cart, so, the Tarka Racing Series is officially canon. Although I will say, them chasing after Cricket isn't really lore accurate. Come on, guys. He's won 2 Tarka 500s. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. People have no idea what I'm talking about. I do a series where Cricket Green races stock cars. Yeah. And also other cartoons. Anyways, one plug for Nicktoons Racing League and Tarka later. But yeah, this episode, it works. It works for what it is. I definitely think it could have been a lot more interesting, for sure. Like I said, the whole thing with, Cricket kind of just being kind of, just kind of on the down low a little bit more in this episode. It just didn't really, I don't know, it just didn't really feel right. There was a lot of, moments where I was he should be, overly hyper and, oh, what's this? What's that? What's this? And until he's like, don't touch that! Oh, there's a pedal, I'm gonna press it. Yeah. I'm okay with him being the voice of reason, but he still needs to be, how he is. He still needs to be that way. But yeah, this episode's fine enough. It works. Fine. Alright, before I ramble on for far too long, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and awesome. One episode that was basically saved because of one joke. That being spinned off with it being pretty damn good, all things considered. Despite it being about, mostly side characters and some occasional, we get a few mains here, Vasquez and Gloria, but, nothing really too major. And in this episode, Broken Karted, where I feel the only real flaw is, just the fact that Cricket just kind of is the voice of reason in this episode. Don't get me wrong, I like how he's progressing as a character. But, you have to have him do just something. Even the end of this episode, he's like, okay, alright, time for my cart, woo! That was literally the only real Cricketism we really saw in this episode. Aside from the very beginning, whenever he runs away with Hector, oh, we're going somewhere. Just more of that, man. Just more of that, dude. It just would have improved this episode so much. It also would have created an interesting dynamic. I don't know. It's just me, I guess. I have no idea. I guess I'll go and see you guys soon for my next review, whenever that may be. I don't know if I'm gonna do Loud House. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to maybe skip out on doing Loud House and Wild Pack. Mainly because it really was, like, it was a long week of reviews. It really, really was. And it was very, very, like, I wouldn't really necessarily say it was stressful. It was just very, like, it was too much. It was too much, I felt. So maybe I'll just stick with doing Big City Greens for now. So maybe for now, I will do Big City Greens. I'll do whatever I know for certain people will want to see, you know, like the thing that I know people will want to see. And also the thing that, let's be honest, I look forward to watching every single week. You know, it's like 9 a.m. right now. I get up in the morning specifically to watch this. Like, it's good. It's fine. It's always like one of the first things I do on Saturdays. Always. Anyways, guys, I'll go and see you guys soon. Take care, everybody.